certain draft, but it's kind of difficult to say, right? When you're looking at Vici Gaming or when you're looking at with the Alchemist, if he loses or wins, I feel like he's gonna be the one. They're running in on the high ground, but there's a Keiko waiting for them.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can get this. And looking already over at ZZQ, who's sitting pretty low, but the Phantom Assassin gets stunned up, and Kaiko ends up dropping. So they've lost the Phantom Assassin. Dome might be next. The Soul Assumption does a lot of damage. And Shiro trying to chase, throws the Unstable Concoction, and they get the kill on the Shiro before they're able to take out Dome. They still even want a third. Wow, YP falling. And it's 3 for 1 in the favor of EHOME.
Oh, 2 for 2.
5 kills before the horn, but
Hoodwink bottom lane.
Hoodwink bottom almost going down immediately, but the Soul Assumption damage, Hara just can't survive.
I love when players make me sound smart 1 second after I said something, right? Like minute 3. No, I'm kidding. You have a Shadow Demon with you, obviously. Like this guy can always mess up the Starbreaker.
Kaiko's in trouble bottom. They have the Soul Assumption again. Like they tried to go in on the planet with the Bushwhack and they just didn't have the damage. And when you use the
really punching this tower, 50% HP already.
Onto planet, but they dispose of him, and now you've got YP here with Hara. Illuminate does a lot of damage, and YP needs to run. It's a trade that maybe they're not going to be too happy with, as they've locked up the Death Prophet of Phoenix now, so he's trying to run. The Shadow Poison coming out. The stack's getting bigger and bigger, but the Bushwhack is there, and the kill comes out as they get the kill onto Echo and take out that.
By the end, it was 20. Top lane, Shiro, this time should be dead.
Yeah, hopefully for the sake of ShenZhen, they're able to get this kill, because they've tried to go on to Shiro multiple times, and they finally get this Alchemist. It feels like it's been an attempt of 3 or 4 times.
Like, then trying to fight and like lose heroes and objectives. Just
Steel bottom needing to run away. They use the Solar Guardian, but they've got the Starbreaker. They get the kill onto this Visage. They'll look over at the Dawnbreaker. They end up getting a bit of a trade. If they can find a +1, this isn't too bad for EHOME, or maybe even look to get the tier 1 tower, as Planet will rebound. They've gotten the lockdown for a second onto Hara, but they just can't continue to keep him still.
Oh, he tossed Echo in the trees as well. You saw that, right? Like
not great for them.
Yeah, he disposed Echo as well.
Yeah.
They got blocked. It happens. But this is the power of their lineup. Like, you have Visage online, you have Kotal with Travels, you can just we have heroes that are very capable of making plays and creating space.
Exposed on the YP. They're going to try and get this kill. They've got Hara over to the side. They are looking to make something happen, but unfortunately they can't save YP. Zeal with the easy kill. They'll drop down one of the familiars onto Hara.
That's perfect, right? The stacks have been stolen from him. He was shoved from the top lane. But it's an Alchemist game.
Going right on into the familiars, and they're going to find Hara. The damage is quick, and it's a stealthy kill.
Fury or anything like that, so he can definitely keep up with the Alchemist. Not in net worth, but in game impact.
Yeah, we'll see if the impact is here from the Death Prophet again, and it feels like Phoenix wants to try and make a move with this Exorcism, but again, they're kind of leading the Death Prophet where they want him to go, and that's away from the team, away from these objectives. Exorcism gets popped, and Phoenix pops the BKB, and you can't play confidently anymore with no BKB, so he has to kind of sit behind the tower, and he's not going to get anything with this Exorcism usage again.
It's interesting that they ran away the way they did, because Dawnbreaker has BKB and ulti. I expected them to perhaps take that fight, but yeah, because you get these heroes that are on the top lane right now. Let's see this. PA,
they're going to try and rebound in, and Kaiko needs to be careful just jumping away, but the Shadow Demons here, they've slowed up the Phantom Assassin, and they just want to focus. They have the Dawnbreaker ult, the Solar Guardian, and does a good job of keeping the Phantom Assassin alive as they have the Mortimer's Kisses flying in. That's going to land on 3 of these heroes. They get the kill on his EZQ. They're still going to get this Marcy. They finish off Planet. That's 2 to the side of EHOME as they get Kaiko. Echo gets credit for it. Shiro on the run, and the damage is too much for him. Phoenix finishes him off. This is a good fight for ShenZhen, with the BKB being popped now by Phoenix to TP away from those familiars. But there's one familiar, two familiars, stunning them both, pulling back Aura, getting themselves at least the hoodwink. They want YP, they're gonna chase. The Illuminate doesn't land, and Zeal's on it. Roche might help out. He's at least putting the extra damage in, but he's putting it in on the familiar, and they get the kill onto YP.
Yeah.
A Phantom Assassin gonna try and survive, but unstable concoction with the Illuminate. Echo, but I still kind of believe that ShenZhen can bring it back with a nice fight, and great bushwhack to lock up Zeal, even with a Solar Guardian commitment. But Echo comes in with Boots of Travel into just some massive right-click damage, as well as the Mortimer's Kisses. They get the save from ZZQ, but I don't know how long it's going to keep them alive. They'll take out a second. They're fighting on the back. They get the kill on the Kaiko. Shiro gets credit for that one. The Starbreaker forward on the ZZQ. They get the kill on to the Shadow Demon.
Let's go to
They
BKB.
take away this Aegis. Shiro, BKB, but he's got to run. He's got some help from Planet, BKB being popped by Dome, as well as Phoenix. And that just puts the attention onto the Marcy. And this should net them a fourth kill. They also got the Aegis.
Maybe
so
even the Alchemist.
EHOME feeling really bad right now as that Celestial Hammer lands, and Phoenix with no fear going after Shiro onto the high ground, and it's a full team wipe for ShenZhen.
You were able to dish out mainly the Dead Prophet, right? Was
This
Quite
really
big.
is just a back and forth of who can stay longer and not get punished, but every time they all get punished. As Dome stays too long and he dies this time. Also loses Courier with a Blink Dagger on his. They're trying to get familiars after the hoodwink.
sometimes just getting utility is better. Like in a game such as this one, your AC is something that Alchemist will buy, right?
Yeah, and they already get the kill here on a ZZQ. They look over at Zeal for the moment. Some damage coming through on a Phoenix, even with the BKB, and they're going to keep the familiars on him. Try to run him away. The unstable concoction, now he's got to fall back. Was unable to close the gap and close that distance. One extra stun, and they probably get that kill there on the Death Prophet.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Comes out, and they're just trying to
Chiro.
save it as long as they can.
Let's go.
Stable concoction wants to jump, gets the stun, and there's the rebound. The ulti for the Marcy. Whoa! They blew up Phoenix. Death Prophet had no chance, and then behind them, Dome. Well, there's no
BKB.
basher or anything. Yeah, he's able to just BKB TP, but wow, that damage was fast. Like, it just makes yourself so vulnerable, right? Like, you are forced to jump and BKB, and there it is. There's the bushwhack you were talking about. Solar Guardian, Shiro getting low, and Shiro gonna fall. Like, that was so fast. I guess it is just a bushwhack that works. Because that worked out really well, and it looks like it's gonna net them at least a second with ZZQ dead. The rest of the team really, they'll make the move. They'll put a familiar in there. They'll go and go for Roche themselves. They'll unleash even. They really want to try and get this Mortimer's Kisses to maybe help them evacuate the bushwhack follow-up, and they've got the help with the disruption, but they get the kill on the Planet. He doesn't have buyback. Shiro trying to stand his ground, go up to Kaiko with the MKB. The damage coming up with the Starbreaker, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill on the Alchemist just yet. Zeal
Roche.
broken, lockdown, Roche low, Aegis picked up by Dome. YP's in on this one. The right click, the big fan of knives, and that will be the damage to get the kill there on the Zeal. They end up losing YP. The Starbreaker slams down on a ZZQ, and 3 heroes will be dead on the side of EHOME as ShenZhen, another long, like, especially with Dawnbreaker, it feels like just the Starbreaker damage, the ability of what you're able to accomplish with that hero feels so strong. And one shot, looking for a 2-shot. Solar Guardian coming in the sharpshooter, ZZQ taken out from a distance, and now the damage on a Shiro. He's forced to run with his BKB. Aiko, how confident is he going to be without his? Very. The answer is quite clear as he takes out Zeal.
Yeah, and Dome does not care. That's an overwhelming blink. He uses
100 heal.
He's going in. He has
They
the
might
stun
make
on.
the jump. They've got the familiars. They have the vision, and look how quickly they're able to rip through YP. As buyback, forced to use it, Lincoln gets popped. There's the break onto the Phantom Assassin, the right click damage coming in, and now what can the Phantom Assassin do but stand his ground and go after Shiro? Shiro running backwards. Oh, the damage coming in real quick. ZZQ and Shiro getting ripped apart. They took out the Alchemist. That's thanks to YP coming in again, and it's another counterplay from ShenZhen. Every single time, it feels like they're just responding well.
Bottom lane is being
They
pushed
wanna go
in, but
more.
they're still going for more, yeah.
Yeah, they want to get Zeal. They'll get themselves another Envisage.
Yeah, that fan of knives working really well for the PA. He also has Witchbane, by the way, to purge himself if necessary from Kotal, from Shadow Demon. They go in on the high ground though. There are buybacks, but even if you buy back, I'm not sure you can do a lot here.
Almost sensing that you need the Shadow Demon. And now he's got buyback. Now that you've got all 3 buybacks, maybe you make the move, but I don't know how you exactly initiate in unless, well, Dome is going to go in himself. They're going to TP forward. They've got the Sharpshooter, the Celestial Hammer to try and run. There's Magic Community on this Dawnbreaker, and then goes to the Starbreaker that hits on a Shiro. They'll try to jump in onto the Dawnbreaker. They get the kill upon it. They'll take out the Marcy. Buyback immediately, as Marcy needs to find a way back into the fight. Kaiko goes back over to the jungle as he's jumping away from the side of EHOME, and even
Marcy
come from the top. That would be interesting. Stifling Dagger, and looking for the Fan of Knives. Planet Sharpshooter just short.
That was really, really close. It will allow Shiro to get the Rapier down bottom. He sells his face boots actually, okay? So no boots for him.
You've got a surprise with this though. You have to be the ones initiating. You can't really play it on the back foot if you're trying to use a Divine Rapier like this, right?
Yep, they're about to go in. Any second now. I'm just looking at Shiro and ZZQ. The moment the Demonic Lance is on him, he'll go in.
Now hiding in the trees. Keiko, Lincoln's pop. Maybe not the person you want to go for. He's got the Lotus Orb, so who do you jump on? It's going to be Dome. They'll look for the damage. A right click is going to be too much for him to handle. They get the kill onto this Dawnbreaker. They'll look over Solar Guardian right in. They're going to dispose onto the Death Prophet. They'll look for the Fan of Knives. They'll go after Echo. They get the kill there onto the Kato, who's going to buy back immediately. The damage is not there really from EHOME after the initiation onto the Dawnbreaker. They get the kill on Shiro. He'll drop the Divine Rapier. That should be all they've written for this game, as Phantom Assassin picks up the Divine Rapier, and they'll call GG on the side of EHOME, as ShenZhen will take game number 1. And they have looked pretty strong. It did feel like EHOME had kind of missed a little bit of a timing there, but ShenZhen certainly took advantage of